back at you, and good morning. Yeah, Earth Day, the day to think about doing things a little differently. Like taking a litter-free lunch to school or to work where you don't have any litter, or just starting to compost. I've tried to start to compost before. I got to work on that. It's not as easy as it looks. Well, for me, anyway.
Where does a duck like to swim?
Oh boy.
Heather Lake.
Where?
I know I promised no more duck jokes, but since you asked for them an hour ago.
Why did the duck fall down?
Why?
Because it tripped on a quack. Oh wait, why does he fall down on the sidewalk? I'll mess that up. Okay, I'm gonna do the weather.
This is the best rehearsal we've had all day.
We've been telling duck jokes for like an hour. It's cloudy, low clouds, yes. This is the Westgate Hotel camera. Showing low clouds to the south, SDCCU.com North Park camera, low clouds to the east. Now let's go to the San Diego webcam, giving us a good look here at Cabrillo National Monument. And that one is a good look. Getting rained on, the raindrops on the camera lens there at Point Loma, and looking out to over the ocean. So we could expect some light showers this morning occasionally, some patchy mist and drizzle, marine layer kind of precipitation, 58, and southwest winds at 8. Downtown, that's a marine layer maker. More clouds before we have less, mid to low 60s today. Beaches, inland. Traffic is quite busy right now. Southbound 15 at El Norte Parkway, a crash, but also one at Citricado right there at 9th Avenue. A SIG alert still on the northbound 15 for this major injury crash that happened at 410 this morning, possibly under an influenced driver. CHP put out a press release on that, still doing some investigation, but the 15 is backed up from the 78. Now on Del Diaz Highway, the 8,800 block, a 4-car crash involving a big rig. So you're going to have, they're doing some traffic control there. It does look like it's a little bit better right now. And also Valencia at Central Avenue. So Valencia Street or lane is blocked at Central Avenue. A motorcyclist is down and in the lanes. Another motorcyclist also down on the 805 northbound at the 905 transition ramp. And rescue crews are getting there as we speak. 902, Raul and Christina, back over to you.
Chrissy, thank you. California theme parks can allow out-of-state guests if they are vaccinated.
Fox 5's Jacqueline Sarkeesian joins us at SeaWorld, which will be one of the first parks to do it.
Yeah, this is a very exciting moment for a lot of those people who live in other states across the country. SeaWorld is the first theme park in California to change its policy, so you no longer have to worry about not living in California as long as you can prove you have been fully vaccinated. SeaWorld is welcoming you. The theme park made this announcement just yesterday, and before the change, theme parks were only open to in-state residents to try to minimize the spread of COVID and keep guests and employees as safe as possible. SeaWorld, which has been open for some time now, just reopened its rides on April 12th. Now the new guidelines are leaving many out-of-state people wondering when they could visit all of the theme parks in California, like Disneyland and Universal Studios Hollywood. The short and simple answer is not yet. Universal Studios released a statement saying, while visitation to our theme park is currently available to California residents only, we are assessing the next steps to implement changes to previously released guidance and will share updated information when it becomes available. Universal Studios and Legoland have already reopened. The same thing goes for Six Flags Magic Mountain. We know that Disneyland is set to reopen for the very first time in more than a year on April 30th, and Knott's Berry Farm says they will welcome back its visitors next month. Reporting near SeaWorld, Jacqueline Sarkeesian, Fox 5 News.
San Diego County reports 263 new COVID-19 cases. 7 new deaths also reported, pushing the total now closer to 3,700. Close to 847,000 people are now fully vaccinated here in San Diego. Federal officials are expected to have a meeting about the Johnson & Johnson vaccine tomorrow. As you know, it was put on hold after 6 people suffered blood clots. 1 of them died. Those cases are out of 7 million who have gotten that shot.
San Diego health officials say a little more than 200 fully vaccinated people have been infected with coronavirus. Now, officials expect to see more of these cases, but stress it's a sign the vaccines are actually working.
We've had 0 individuals who have been hospitalized, 0 people who have died. And in fact, the majority 57% have had no symptoms at all. These were people who were fully vaccinated, were tested for other reasons because they were in healthcare, for example, and then they were tested negative afterwards and had their infections resolved. So again, we expect to see those numbers. They're very, very low, and emphasizes how good, frankly, the vaccines work.
National health officials say risk of getting the virus despite having the vaccine is very low. Most of those did not suffer serious symptoms afterwards.
The U.S. meets the president's goal of 200 million vaccines before his 100th day in office. Kelly Meyer on the progress he still wants to make.
Today, we did it.
On Wednesday, the president announced his administration met the goal of 200 million shots in American arms, 1 week ahead of his first 100 days in office.
The time is now to open up a new phase of this historic vaccination effort.
To reach more Americans, President Biden is asking all U.S. employers to give paid time off to get vaccinated.
And businesses should know that they can provide it without a hit to their bottom line.
He says there will be a tax credit available to offset the cost for employers with fewer than 500 employees. The president says this move, tied with making those 16 and older eligible for the vaccine, will give a boost to vaccination rates. There's still the uphill battle of getting hesitant Americans comfortable with the vaccine. The White House says new polling shows confidence is growing.
40% of respondents said they were more likely to get the COVID-19 vaccine than they were a month ago.
White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki says 71% of people who voted for former President Donald Trump received at least one dose of the vaccine or are willing to get it. President Biden said Wednesday his goal to return to normalcy by the 4th of July is still on track, but only if Americans keep up with vaccinations and other protective actions.
We still have more to do in the months of May and June.
President Biden says he'll have more updates in the weeks ahead on what he calls the race to the finish. Reporting in Washington, I'm Kelly Meyer.
Family and friends are preparing to say their final goodbyes to Daunte Wright during his funeral later today in Minneapolis. The 20-year-old father was shot and killed during a traffic stop near Minneapolis earlier this month. Wright's supporters have held rallies calling for police reform across the nation since then. The officer who shot him, Kim Potter, has been fired and charged with second-degree manslaughter. She claims to have mistaken her gun for a taser during that encounter.
Escondido police, meantime, plan to share body cam video of an officer fatally shooting a man.
Fox 5's Liberty Zabala with the push for transparency.
Vista is doing something. We need to go to Vista.
Dozens of protesters chanted outside of the Escondido Police Department after an officer shot and killed a man accused of hitting cars with a metal pole Wednesday morning.
We are asking for full accountability of the officer and for the full transparency from the department. So far, we haven't received names of either the victim or the officer involved, and we haven't received the body cam footage as well.
Officers say they received a call at around 7 a.m. for a white man hitting cars with that metal pole. They say one officer spotted the man, asked him to drop the pole, but the man ran away. Shortly after, a second officer spotted the man at the intersection of Broadway and 2nd Avenue.
As the officer exited his vehicle, the male immediately advanced on the officer while holding the same metal tool in a threatening manner. The officer gave multiple commands to drop the tool, as well as several use of force warnings. The male continued to advance on the officer, who was backing away, and he was ultimately shot.
Sky Fox captured the scene overhead. The officer fired more than one round. Officers rendered aid until paramedics arrived, but the man later died at the hospital.
As citizens, we need full transparency when these incidences happen. We need to know what's going on. We need to see the footage for ourselves and to have full transparency there, and then to have the officers held accountable when they take someone's life when it wasn't necessary.
Officers say they are not yet releasing the name of the victim pending notification of his family, but they say he is known to police.
Since 2002, he has been booked into county jails 188 times for violent assaults on police and the public, for parole violations, drug charges, vandalism, and a host of other property crimes.
Liberty Zabala, Fox 5 News.
Coming up on Fox 5, the local resource center offering workshops for local business centers, plus the vote on Capitol Hill that could bring the U.S. one step closer to adding another state.
If you are looking for a new job, Goodwill San Diego may be able to help. Our Heather Lake sat down with them to learn more.
Well, are you looking for a new job? As many people are, Darlene Casillo from San Diego Goodwill is here to help us out. So many new opportunities, Darlene. I know there's several locations of Goodwill all throughout San Diego County.
Hi, Heather. Yes, we do. We have quite a few locations throughout the county, and we have some great job opportunities. So if you are interested in becoming a donation center attendant or a store manager, if you have experience in retail, or maybe you want to become our new director of real estate, we have job opportunities for you.
That's awesome. I know a lot of people who are just looking for something new out there. They're looking for a way to get that income going as maybe their jobs transitioned in the past year with the pandemic. This is also one of those pandemic-proof jobs. People look at it as an essential business, correct?
You know, definitely, especially since our retail stores fund our mission. It's very critical to our community.
How fun has it been when people are bringing in, a lot of people, spring cleaning's right around the corner, right? And so as people are bringing in all the stuff and you get to kind of go through everything, how has that been during the pandemic as people are kind of moving on, cleaning out their home and all of their living spaces?
Well, of course, yes, it's fun to see all the different things that come in and also a little overwhelming. We're incredibly grateful that the community has continued to support us during this difficult time. And so we're making our way through all of that product and getting it into our stores for our shoppers.
Yeah, and probably why you need so many new faces and helpers around the clock. I also want to talk about some perks because I know it's always nice to have an employer that has benefits and ways that they're going to take care of you at the end of the day.
Yes, we have some great benefits. We have your traditional, paid vacation and sick time and your medical, but we also have tuition assistance and a nurturing, caring work environment where you can expect to learn a lot. The organization does a lot to invest in our ambassadors, as we call our employees, and have career paths for them. So there's a lot that goes into growing our staff.
Lastly, how many locations around San Diego, and are you hiring for all of them?
Most of them do have opportunities. So if you have a Goodwill location in your neighborhood that's convenient, you might want to specify that that's the location you want to work at. But altogether, I think we have 33 locations, retail locations, and then more than 50 donation centers and 5 community employment centers, which is really where our mission happens.
Awesome. Darlene, thank you so much. For more information, if you didn't catch this and you want to find out where those jobs are and how to get a new job or employment, go to fox5sandiego.com for more info. Just click on that Scene On tab. Darlene, thank you.
How about a cloudy and cool day? Why not? Mount Soledad camera looking all the way up the coastline. And if we could just take a quick look at a couple of other cameras, the Westgate or the SDCCU.com North Park camera showing some dark clouds. We look off to the west, we look to the north, the east, and the south, and everybody's under cloudy skies. Oh, yes, here's the SDCCU.com North Park cam. There's low clouds. Look at that. Pretty dark. There's lots of water in them, and they are producing some light showers and patchy drizzle. Heavy drizzle around town. Here is the Hilton cam, Hilton San Diego Bayfront. So here's the deal, drizzle and light showers this morning, really this afternoon as well, and less into tomorrow morning, but a slight warm up today, better clearing tomorrow, and then Monday could be a real rain day. All right, it is Earth Day, and that means take this day to think about just one little thing that maybe you could do, like a litter-free lunch, for example, or starting a compost at your house or your work or your school. We're gonna have a strong onshore flow, and it's all to protect guys like these. This is your picture of the day. Scott Legase sends this one in from Lake Murray, and again, you are more than welcome to send in your pictures. I really enjoy getting them. Just go to our app or our website and submit. West and south swell 2 to 4 feet today. Water temperature is down a little bit, 60 to 62 degrees. It's overcast in Oceanside, 58 degrees downtown San Diego. Over the next 24 hours, a warm night tonight, but mid to low 60s this afternoon. Getting into the inland valleys, upper 50s and low 60s, cloudy, misty, drizzly, marine layer kind of day. Getting up into the mountains, better clearing above the marine layer, temperatures in the upper 40s. Low 50s. All right, with traffic, this is a SIG alert on the northbound side because of an earlier crash after Via Rancho Parkway. Southbound on the 15 at 9th Avenue, that one's in the fast lane. Del Dios, the 8,800 block there, there's a big rig in a car, or 3 other cars that have been involved in a crash, and so they're having to do some traffic control there. Motorcyclists down Valencia at Central, and also a motorcyclist down on the transition ramp, the 805 northbound to the 905. So slippery roads out there. Christina, back over to you.
Christy, thank you. Local businesses and entrepreneurs hit hard by the pandemic are now on the road to recovery. A special program at the Jacobs Center is helping them get through it. And here to tell us more is the program manager for Connect All at the Jacobs Center, Danae Ramos. Good morning to you, Danae.
Good morning. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too. So tell us about what Connect All at the Jacobs Center is all about.
Absolutely. So Connect All at the Jacobs Center is home of the first business accelerator program that focuses on low to moderate and diverse founders. It's a partnership between the Jacobs Center for Neighborhood Innovation, Connect with San Diego Venture Group, and the City of San Diego. And since we launched back in May 2019, we've helped at least more than 50 startups. And we also have a business resource center, which is free, and we get to help business owners that want to grow and scale the business as well.
Okay, so I want to touch on that. So you said you have a business resource center, and so that's for business owners, or how else can someone like that get help there?
Yeah, absolutely. So the Business Resource Center is open to anybody in San Diego County. So whether you want to launch a startup or you've been in business for years and just need a little bit more assistance, we're here to help you out.
Okay, perfect. Any upcoming events for small business owners or entrepreneurs?
Yes. So the good thing about the Business Resource Center, it is free for anybody to come and join. So currently we have about 4 workshops that are happening in the month of April and May. The first set of series are human resources workshops. So that's really talking about management 101 and navigating difficult conversations. The reason why we decided to bring this on to Connect All at the Jacobs Center is because we realized that a lot of business owners are not too familiar with managing employees. And so we wanted to bring these 2 workshops out there.
Okay, perfect. What about being financially fit? What is that?
Yes. So during this pandemic, we've realized that a lot of people were not ready to get a loan or get EIDL or PPP. So these 2-part series workshops really helps you understand how the process of lending works and also understanding financial fitness and financial statements. So that has to do with profit and loss and how to get your business taxes and so forth.
So what were some of the responses did you all receive at the Business Resource Center just in the last year?
Yeah, so in the last year, we've helped more than 226 businesses from various topics. So for instance, a couple of topics have been how to do a profit and loss statement. A couple of topics have been how to market to a new demographic. And most importantly, we helped out businesses how to pivot during this pandemic. A lot of businesses realize that they need to create a business that's sustainable and how to grow the business in the new norm.
All right, so where can viewers learn more information about this?
Yeah, so viewers can learn more information about this at www.connectallsd.org. You'll find all the resources there. You'll also be able to fill out the business needs assessment where we can help you out one-on-one, and also to be able to register for the workshops.
Perfect. Danae, thank you so much for your time and for joining us this morning.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Christina.
Thank you. And if you want more information, of course, just head to fox5sandiego.com. Click the Scene On tab. Coming up, why ice might not help when recovering from post-workout soreness. And running away with the win, the dog who got off her leash and dominated a high school race.
You're watching the Fox 5 Morning News at 9.
A high school relay race in Utah goes to the dog. Over the weekend, check this out. The Grizzly Invitational Girls 4x200 relay gets a last-minute runner. And here they come down the stretch. The Pooch catching up with the leader. As Logan High School takes the lead, the fluffy sprinter comes out of nowhere. The dog named Holly got loose from her parents and did what she loves to do, chase. The pup clocked in at 10.5 seconds over the final run. Coming up on Fox 5, more light rain around the county. How long this weather is going to stick around. We'll be right back.
You're watching the Fox 5 Morning News at 9.
Coming up on 9:30 on a Thursday morning. Good morning to you. This is our Hilton San Diego Bayfront Hotel camera looking across the bay into Coronado. Oh, Point Loma way back there. Good morning. The House of Representatives approves the bill to make Washington, D.C. our 51st state. It passed the chamber by a narrow vote in the last half hour. This is now the second year in a row that the House has signed off on the bill. It now heads to the Senate, where it needs 60 votes to head to the president's desk. Governor Newsom declares drought emergencies in 2 counties. Fox 5's Ashley Zavala explains why some are now criticizing the governor for not declaring a statewide emergency.
This particular lake.
Standing in what should be 40 feet underwater, Governor Gavin Newsom declared drought emergencies in Mendocino and Sonoma counties Wednesday.
You can't focus this state as a one-size-fits-all solution, meaning we have to target our solutions regionally. Truly, parts of the state are in extreme conditions like this. Other parts of our state are not experiencing the kind of extreme conditions that we're experiencing here.
The governor noted both county lake capacities are extremely low, prompting the declaration.
If you're in a different part of the state, you probably need to know that this will one day happen to you. So that's to the point of we're all Californians here, and we all need to be doing our part when we have such widespread conditions. But
Wednesday marked the 3rd time in about 2 weeks the governor said he's not ready to declare a statewide drought emergency.
I anticipate being strategic and targeted in terms of the formal emergency declarations as needed. We won't wait. We'll be strategic based upon conditions as they take place.
Newsom's administration is preparing for extreme conditions another drought year could bring. The governor signed an executive order Wednesday, which includes identifying watersheds, natural resources, and communities at risk and planning for potential drought response. Some Republican lawmakers who have urged him to declare a statewide drought emergency said Wednesday the governor's actions fall short. In a statement, State Senate Republican leader Scott Wilkes said in part, "Is the threat of a recall holding him back from helping our food producers and the rest of the state? California deserves action now, not this unsteady leadership." The governor said he will provide more funding to deal with these drought-related issues in his upcoming updated state budget, which is expected to be released within the next few weeks. Reporting at the state capitol, Ashley Zavala, Fox 5 News.
You know, it is Earth Day, and it is a marine layer. It is spring in San Diego, and this is what we get. This is the Westgate Hotel camera, and we're looking down to the south there, and the dynamics in the low clouds. Now let's go to the SDCCU.com camera. Here it is, North Park. There's low clouds still really dominating San Diego. Now let's go to the San Diego City Cam, if we can. Thank you. Downtown. Oh, the 5 traffic looks good. Looks like the freeway is dry. It's been light rain this morning and patchy mist and patchy drizzle and patchy light rain. I had my windshield wipers most of the way in. And here's the San Diego webcam YouTube channel. Local guy lets us use his high def cams. And here's the one over at Shelter Island, taking a look at the downtown San Diego skyline. It looks like a military vessel that's cruising by there. Little fast boat, faster, smaller boats. I shouldn't say fast boat. The fast boats are like a whole different story. They're really fast. Downtown, Hilton, clouds. We look off to the west. We look off to the north. And there we see it is a marine layer. We got winds out of the south and the southwest doing that. Sun's going to set tonight at 7:24. Right now we're in the 50s west of the mountains and 30s and 40s in the mountains. And over the last 6 hours, we can get a much better look from space. And this is what a Costa Leti does. Look at that counterclockwise rotation. And that's a marine layer maker for us. And that's what we're getting, about 6,500 feet in elevation. Wow, look at that. And I just find this report to be my favorite, not because I get to go home after this, but it's because I get so much important information from this visible satellite. For us, it's a big deal, as we do have the low clouds, and the visible sat's the best one for that. I have rhymed at least twice in this report. All right, here we go. This is the 2-day outlook, and there you can see dominating all kinds of things going on to the north and to the south. However, we remain with morning and evening marine layer, a little better clearing tomorrow, much better clearing into the weekend. And as we transition, this is over the next 2 days, and as we transition to the beginning of next week, that's when we could have a pretty decent rain event that could register on the rain gauges upwards of an inch, inch and a half, possibly. You know, I got my eye on that. That's been changing quite a bit, but a cool breezy day today, mostly cloudy skies, low 60s, your 7-day forecast. getting into the mid to upper 60s over the weekend. A beautiful weekend on the way, and then a big drop in temperatures with some rain, and then a big jump in temperatures. High pressure, low 70s. Inland valleys, low 60s today. 70 on Saturday, upper 50s on Monday, and then close to 80 on Wednesday. Okay, yeah, those are some big drops and jumps. SIG alert on the northbound 15 at Villa Rancho Parkway, getting that one out of the way, and they're doing some recovery work there on the southbound 15 at Citricado, Del Dios Highway, the 8,800 block. Watch out for a 4-car crash, including and involving a big rig. All right, 9:35, Raul and Christina, back over to you.
Chrissy, thank you. Happening today, a number of local groups are celebrating Earth Day.
Caltrans is hosting several cleanup events on state roads. Last year, volunteers picked up enough trash to fill 18,000 garbage trucks. Some groups are meeting at local beaches to pick up litter. For a full list of Earth Day events, go to fox5sandiego.com and click the Scene On tab. A retired Navy SEAL jumps into action to save a man after an SUV plunged over a cliff in Carlsbad. Fox 5's Ashley Jacobs explains the role he played in the rescue.
Retired Navy SEAL William Schulberg and his wife Grace were driving along the shore when they saw a white Subaru Forester fly off the cliff. They pulled over, called 911, and ran to the edge.
I saw the vehicle down in there, and I saw movement in the vehicle, and the first thing I thought is I can't get down there to him.
But he found a way, and his wife caught it on camera as Schulberg and another woman walking on the beach began their rescue.
I got the window pushed down far enough where she was able to try and unlock the door. We unlocked the door. I still couldn't get the door open.
Hey, you get down that way. But he knew he had to hurry as the SUV was drifting farther out.
The water was coming in up to the guy's chest and everything about that time.
Schulberg climbed on top of the SUV, still trying to pull the victim out. And that's when Carlsbad police showed up.
We all reached in there and pulled the guy out, and I got him up on the shore, we did. And that's where I did a preliminary exam of his injuries and everything and stabilized the wounds and injuries as best as I could. Once I saw they had the scene in hand, I walked away.
Schulberg says the man was at least in his 60s and had pelvic, rib, neck, and head injuries, and a state parks spokesperson confirms the man is hospitalized. While first responders, investigators, and witnesses are calling Schulberg a hero, he says he was just in the right place at the right time.
Those guys are the heroes. I just was an innocent person being there.
Ashley Jacobs, Fox 5 News.
Time now for the Masked Singer recap, sponsored by Valley View Casino and Hotel.
Who sells seashells by the seashore? Ooh. The seashell revealed on the latest episode of The Masked Singer.
See if you can guess the 90s sitcom star inside this costume.
Running just as fast as we can, holding on to one another's hand, trying to get away into the night, and then you put your arms around me and we tumble to the ground, and then you say, think we're alone now.
The judges guessed Sarah Silverman, Tamara Mowry, Vanessa Hudgens, and Haley Duff. So before we show you who it was, we want to give you a little spoiler warning. So get out of the room if you don't want to.
Spoiler alert.
Get out of the room.
Take it off! Take it off! Take it off! Take it off! Oh my gosh. Take it off! Take it off! Oh my gosh! Take it off! Take it off! Ladies and gentlemen, Tamara Mowry!
Oh my goodness gracious. Tamara Mowry, remember her? Sister?
Sister.
Yeah. Judge Nicole Scherzinger guessed correctly, actually. Mowry admitted she had not performed on a stage like that in 20 years, so she was nervous. She was also the second celeb eliminated last night because the crab was revealed as, spoiler alert, Bobby Brown. Yep. Every little step he takes, I tell you what, reminder, you can watch The Masked Singer right here on Fox 5. It airs Wednesdays at 8 o'clock. What was that, Christina?
Sister,
sister,
sister.
Na, 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 na.
Yeah. Nope. Coming up, back to the little cute baby eating a baseball. A young baseball fan caught trying to eat her first souvenir. Who hasn't done that, right, Heather Lake?
Discover a brand new way to learn some history and get out on the water in San Diego. We're going to show off the Maritime Museum, what's open, and how you can get a $5 boat tour. All coming up on Fox 5.
You're watching the Fox 5 Morning News at 9.
A young Philadelphia Phillies fan gets a cool souvenir, right? And then she tried to eat it. The baby got her hands on a home run ball, but then she just couldn't resist chewing on it. It's not a chew toy because it's probably dirty, right? Her mom played terrific defense. Give her a Gold Glove Award. She used her hand to block every attempt. She goes for it again. Oh, there's mom blocking it again. Oh, again, double-handing the block. This happened during yesterday's game against the San Francisco Giants. The Phillies, by the way, in case you care, won the game itself 6-5 with no highlights, just the mom's hand in front of her baby eating a baseball and a guy with a phone.
Mama. She's cute.
Well, just take the ball.
Really? But she's so cute.
It looks like she's getting a little mad there. Look how red. She's turning red like our director Tricky over here.
What's going on? I just want to bite.
There's Tricky, turning red. Yep, there it is. It never fails. It never fails. Can we zoom in on that guy? I mean, really. I love that dude. The Maritime Museum is inviting people out for special experiences.
Heather Lake is along the Embarcadero this morning with the details.
We're showing you a whole new way to explore the San Diego Bay. Historic boat tours, all starting with the Maritime Museum. This place is mostly open now, and so you get to kind of take a walk along the Embarcadero and see what San Diego has to offer. So we're going to talk a little bit about some of the history here. We're actually standing on a piece of history.
We are.
So Ray Ashley, you are not only a captain, but you're the president with the Maritime Museum. Tell us about this boat first.
Okay, well, Medea was built in 1904. She's one of 3 steam yachts left in the world. But what really makes her important, she's the very last vessel that still operates that fought in the naval war of World War I, in the very first submarine campaign in all of history in 1917.
It's crazy that you guys always are working, I mean, so many projects, right? Yeah. And you're always keeping these things up and running and looking beautiful. I know it takes a lot of work, so even while some people were working from home, there were still people restoring all of these boats and ships every single day.
We've got a huge number of volunteers that just love these ships and love working on them, and all throughout this epidemic, they've been down working on the vessels.
One thing that I want everybody to know at home are these $5 historic boat tours. So this is one of the boats right here, and you're going to go out and probably learn more than you even bargained for.
Yeah, I mean, the whole bay becomes part of the museum, really, when you get down to it. So the boat behind you, the Swift boat, is a Vietnam-era Swift boat, and that's one of the boats that operates on the weekends. It's an exciting boat to ride on. I mean, at one point we do a high-speed run, you know, and of course that boat is armed with all the guns it had in Vietnam, and we don't shoot those anymore, but you do have the excitement of being on a fast boat like that.
How fast?
Well, she'll get up to 25 knots or so, you know, which on the rivers in Vietnam was pretty fast, actually.
Oh, I bet.
But what's also cool is that typically our crew, who are also docents on that boat and are also volunteers, they're typically veterans who were sailors on those boats in Vietnam. So they all have their own stories of what that was like, and they are very, you know, they're very good about sharing all those stories with our visitors.
So cool. Let's walk and talk. We'll show this last boat before we toss it back to the studio. So the Pilot's another one. You said these are 45-minute tours. Basically, this place is open 7 days a week, so you can just walk up and enjoy the museum. Most of it's open air. The stuff that's inside still shut down for the time being, but you guys are hoping by summer that you're going to have so many more tours, and even some of like the San Salvador and the California will be going back out.
Well, yeah, we think the whole museum will be open by summer, and you know, we'll have to probably have some protocols still, but we think we'll be able to open all the ships inside. You can see most of it now, and of course you can see all the ships from walking around on the decks and going into some of the spaces inside where we're able to ventilate.
Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. I know that you guys are getting excited for 4th of July as well.
Yeah, we are. We're actually, the Big Bay Boom is a tradition in San Diego, and it's one of the coolest firework displays in the world. And this year we're going to start it. We actually have more pieces of artillery at our museum, historic artillery, than any other museum west of the Mississippi. And so we're going to fire all those guns from the ships, the San Salvador, the California, and the Surprise from Master and Commander. And that, this year, is what is going to start the Big Bay Boom.
Okay, well, we're crossing our fingers and hoping that all of that is happening this summer. For more information on the Maritime Museum and how you can get tickets, fox5sandiego.com. Just click on that Scene On tab. I'll send it back to you guys in the studio for now.
Well, you may want to think twice before icing those sore muscles. Researchers in Japan say it's a bad idea. They used mice for their experiment, which simulated a workout. So this is what they did. They attached like these electronic things to the back legs, and it simulated a workout for the mice, okay? That's what we were trying to say. So those that used the ice pack showed signs of tissue damage, and those who didn't fully recovered. So the researchers say the cold ice stops inflammation, which delays the healing process.
Oh, so no more of those ice baths after the game or whatever?
Oh.
Ooh. So this Earth Day, there are more electric cars on the road than ever before. Fox 5 auto expert Nick Miles shows us the hottest new electric vehicles you'll see on the roads this year.
Over the next year, there will be 100 electric vehicles on sale. So here are some of my favorites and some of those that will be coming in the next 5 years, including some of the best pickup trucks. The most famous is the Nissan Leaf. It has been in the market 11 years and starts under $32,000. This year has already brought lots of electric vehicles to market that are fun and earth-friendly. Ford's first electric SUV, and they say it's a real Mustang, is the Mach-E. This is a vehicle that I would buy. Now, Volkswagen haven't been idle either. They have a new electric SUV called the ID.4. Another vehicle I can put my money on. It can charge from 5% to 80% in 38 minutes. It will start without pushing a button once you sit in the driver's seat. And then there is this car that I'm driving, the Polestar 2. This is earth-friendly. It's based on race car DNA, and it's a lot of fun to drive. Just in time for Earth Day, Polestar announces that they aim to produce their vehicles with zero carbon emissions by 2030. This includes the steel, aluminum, and batteries, and of course all other elements from the supply chain. So what is coming in the future? A new Nissan electric crossover, the Ariya. We know it'll do 300 miles on a single charge. The BMW i4, it'll do 300 miles on a single charge, have 500 horsepower, and go 0 to 60 miles an hour in 4 seconds. Now, trucks and SUVs are a category all on their own, and there's a long shopping list. Of course, the Tesla Cybertruck, the Jeep Wrangler Magneto EV, the Hyundai Ioniq 5, the GMC Hummer EV truck and SUV, the Cadillac Lyriq, and the BMW iX. Stop me if you've heard too much already. I hope the Earth is very happy with all of these electric cars. I'm definitely having a lot of fun with all of them. For Fox 5, I'm Nick Miles.
The San Diego Gulls return to Fox 5, hosting the Henderson Silver Knights. You can watch the game. It's being played up in Irvine on Sunday. You know, I grew up in Irvine.
Did you really?
Yeah. The puck drops at 5 o'clock right here on Fox 5. Not that anybody asked, but Anna and Irvine. Okay. Still to come, the popular clothing store offering free suit rentals to people looking for jobs.
$100 car, no 200 rent. I get a check on Friday, but it's already spent. Working for a living.
You're watching the Fox 5 Morning News at 9.
H&M is launching a new suit rental service.
Oh, just in time. It's called 1 Second Suit, and it's coming to the U.S. in May. People with job interviews can rent the outfit for up to 24 hours free of charge. It includes a men's jacket, you get the pants, you get the tie, you get the shirt, you even get a pocket square. The program is designed to help build confidence in men looking for work. It's still unclear if they plan to launch a women's line for the same program.
It's only 24 hours though. If you don't return it,
hey, take it right back.
Get a late fee.
Late fee?
Maybe. You pay for the whole suit.
It's
like Blockbuster.
Okay. We should do this again tomorrow, don't you think? Because that went well.
Let's do it.
Okay. Bye-bye. Bye, everybody.